All right, here we go. Week 5, day 3 questions. Question number 1. What is the one reason people used to think that nothing could live deep in the ocean? Was it A, there was no sunlight there? B, some bacteria make food from sulfur? C, Europa has very large oceans? Or D, life is extremely adaptable? Go to paragraph 1 on page 476 to help you with that answer. Question number 2. What does this passage describe? Was it A, this passage describes the process of photosynthesis and all the plants that use it? Was it B, this passage describes the importance of camels to other animals living in the desert? C, this passage describes life deep in the ocean and the process of natural selection? Or was it D, this passage describes the formation and discovery of hydrothermal vents? Okay, what does the whole passage describe? Okay, all right, number 3. Read the following sentences. Some animals that live in places where it is very snowy, like high in the mountains or in the Arctic. They end up white so that they can fit in better. Animals and plants that live in the desert, like cacti and camels, have evolved so that they need only the very little water that they get living there. What can be concluded from this information? Is it A, that animals are better suited to living in the desert than in places where it is very snowy? Is it B, plants evolve more quickly than animals do? C, animals evolve more quickly than plants do? Or D, animals and plants change over time based on where they live? Question number 4. What is the result of the discovery of life deep in the ocean? Was it A, scientists realized that sulfur is poisonous to most living things on Earth? B, scientists realized that life can exist in places without sunlight and oxygen? Was it C, scientists became confident that nothing could live around a hydrothermal vent? Or was it D, scientists learned that sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis? All right, question number 5. What is the main idea of this passage? Was it A, for many years scientists thought that nothing could live near a hydrothermal vent? B, life is extremely adaptable and can be found even in harsh environments? Was it C, some bacteria use sulfur to make food in a process known as chemosynthesis? Or was it D, scientists now think that life may exist in Europa, one of Jupiter's moons? Okay. So here again, what was the main idea of this whole passage? Number 6. Read the following sentence. All different kinds of places on Earth have animals and plants that have adapted over many years to thrive in the particular places where they live. What does adapted mean in the sentence above? Is it A, changed, B, died, C, played, or D, ran away? Okay, so if you're not sure which one it is, take each of those choices and replace adapted with it and reread it to see which one makes the most sense. Question number 7. Choose the answer that best completes the sentence below. Scientists now know that life exists deep in the ocean around hydrothermal vents. Blank. They thought that nothing could live there. So what word or set of words fits best in that blank? Is it A, for example, B, therefore, C, previously, or D, currently? Take each one, replace it, put it on the line, and then reread your sentence to see which one makes the most sense. Question number 8. According to the passage, why did scientists think that nothing could live around hydrothermal vents? Go to paragraphs 1 through 3 on page 476 to help you find your answer. Number 9. How did the bacteria and animals that scientists discovered around the hydrothermal vents get food? Paragraph 1, page 477. And finally, question number 10. Explain how the bacteria and animals around the hydrothermal vents showed scientists that life was much more adaptable than they had once believed. Paragraphs 2 and 3 on page 477. If you have any questions, holler at me on the Google Classroom.